with a bad 813 tube, and he'll hopefully get back in the room. So before AX Mac, the B4GWA Dr. Ron, K4BKC Bob, K4CWW Perry. That's who I have checked in so far. So we'll take a standby, see if we have any other check-ins for the SAMRC Spot and Fellowship Prenet. Any other check-ins, come now. Okay, didn't think so. And let's see, let's turn it over to you, Max. Sam's still working on his tube, and then we'll try to pick him up on the next one. I'm sure we'll be going around and around here because I don't foresee a lot of check-ins. The stand's kind of squirrely today, but there is no thunderstorms over us at the moment. Doesn't look like there's going to be. We had one about an hour ago. Small one, nothing major, and it went on through, so I think we'd be good for the prenet, that's for sure. What was going on?
All right, thank you, Alan. N4OZI, W4AX. Yeah, that's a pretty good storm that came through about an hour ago here. And we had just torrential rains, but I guess it only lasted about 10 minutes, and then they moved on. We could really use the rain. Well, that's very interesting, Perry, about you having a BC1T. That's what I'm on tonight. And I understand if you don't have time or inclination to do it. I'll just tell you, it took me a really hard work, about 160 hours of cleaning and electronics work to get this one on the air, and about the same amount on the 20B3. So, I don't know, that'll give you some idea of the scope of work. I kept pretty detailed notes and pictures of the changes I made, and if you like the way mine behaves, I only have it on 75 meters because that's where all the activity is, or most of the activity. But if you decide to do it, I'd be glad to offer any advice that I can, or drawings that I've done. And you can also pass my name along to whoever else might find that transmitter at some point in the future. Back over to you, Alan. N4OZI. Thanks for running the prenet, W4AX.
Okay, Mac. W4AX. The prenet is N4OZI. Very good. And good strong signal as always. All right, let's continue down the list, and then we'll take a standby for the next one. Let's go to Dr. Ron and get his comments, and then we'll take a standby. WB4GWA, how much comments for the prenet? N4OZI.
Okay, Alan, N4OZI from WB4GWA. I'm sorry I got long-winded on ago. I wasn't watching the time, and that happens from time to time, I guess. But anyway, you're sounding good in here. You're about 20 over here in Concord, so I'm comping you quite well, and comping everybody quite well. We've still got rain going on here, and I'm still looking at the radar, and there's no storms as such with lightning and that sort of thing, which is good. But I am hearing a lot of hash and racket on the band, that's for sure. But anyway, things are going well here, and we're just working along on several projects, and hopefully get those done, and then move on to something else. You know how it is. Happy this is another project, at least for me. Stay busy. N4OZI, WB4GWA Concord.
Okay, Dr. Ron. WB4GWA is N4OZI. Oh, pretty good. And yeah, the band is staticky. Static crashes coming in here and there, taking out bits and pieces, no matter how strong you are. And that's the nature of July. It's going to be that way. All right, before we go to Bob, K4BKC, before we go to Bob, let's see if we can pick up any additional check-ins. Any additional check-ins for the SAMRC Spot and Fellowship Prenet? Come now.
KA4AMI.
WA4II.
All right, got KA4AMI and WA4III. I got you there, Eddie and Greg. Any other check-ins? Okay, not hearing any, but that's pretty good.
Well, what's going on, Brad? That's what BKC. I'd like to comment for the pre-net.
N4OZI in the pre-net. This is K4BKC. Well, good evening, Alan. Thank you for running the pre-net. Good strong signal into Columbia tonight. And hello, Eddie, and hello, Greg. Good to hear you both. Copying everybody right well. We're just hot and dry and a few little scattered showers and just trailing remnants of so back to you, Alan. Thank you very much. N4OZI, K4BKC.
Okay, Bob. K4BKC and the pre-net N4OZI.
You got a very good band is getting a little bit better, but
I'm kind of short.
and Dr. Ron, no problem being a little long-winded. Actually, that kind of helps because it's just not going to be picking up a lot at the very first part of the net. The band is so short. But it's good to hear you and hear about your project and stuff like that. All right, let's pick up Perry and then we'll keep him on standby for plug-in. So over to Perry, K4CW, N4OZI.
Okay, thank you, N4OZI, K4CWW. Yeah, the band's improving. You actually, Alan, you were kind of at the most awkward distance. I think your signal was pretty puny there until that last transmission. You came up, you came up 20 dB or something. But I was surprised you were hearing me. Thanks a lot. You got some guys gathering, so I won't keep it too long. I will direct a comment your way. I've got this piece of hardware, but I don't have any detailed information about doing a conversion on one, and I think I heard you talking to somebody one day and said that you had made a set of notes, and I presume that was a set of notes in electronic form, so I'd probably like to talk you out of those. I don't think I'm going to do anything with it, but right now I can't really seriously consider that because I don't know all the details about what needs to be done to get the critter on 75 meters. So if you do have something on a computer, you could send me out. Appreciate that. I'm just emails K4CWW@comcast.net. It's K4CWW@comcast.net. Back through you, Alan. Pleased to be here tonight. Pleased to have a night I can sit here and go through the whole net with you. N4OZI, K4CWW.
Okay, Perry. K4CWW and the pre-net N4OZI. Matt, do you want to reply to Perry?
Thanks, Alan. K4CWWW4AX. Okay, real fine, Perry. Well, I do have a lot of notes. The problem, they're not really in human readable, presentable form right now. They're notes on schematics and other things that could be hard to interpret. So what I'll do is send you the notes to at least get started. Well, first you need to get a hold of a manual and a really good schematic, and I take them up to UPS and have them drawn on their large format printer to much larger than 11 by 17, whatever that 30-inch size is, a 24 by 30 or whatever it is. And it only costs $5 to have a schematic blown up, by the way, and go through it. But the basic steps are get the oscillator converted, get the intermediate power amplifier converted, and then get the final tank circuit converted. But there's a lot of neutralization and other things that I don't have documented that I just, know how to do. But I'd be glad to work you through each step of it. So let me send you some stuff and some pictures, and then my phone number, and you can call me and we'll work through it. Thanks, Alan. N4OZI, W4AX.
Okay. No problem, Mac. Sounds real good. That's 4AX and pre-net N4OZI. And yeah, I agree. Having the schematics blown up really helps. I know Nick has got a set of schematics with the 200V and 100V blown up and laminated. And gosh, that's so nice to have that. He keeps those in his shops because that's pretty much all he works on is those two transmitters and the 600L. All right, let's take a standby and see if we have any other check-ins before we go to Eddie. Any other check-ins for the SAMRC Swap and Fellowship Prenet? Come now.
Alan W4WFL called in before when Greg did.
Okay. So we've got W4WFL Richard. I'll put him after Greg. All right. Any other check-ins? Okay, let's see if we can make it down to Eddie. KA4 AMI. Eddie, how about your comments for the Prenet? N4OZI.
Okay, N4OZI, this is KA4AMI. Well, good evening, Alan. And just since I checked in, your signal came up to where it's 100% copy, so I guess we're well on our way. And hello, everyone. I won't name everybody off, but I'm hearing everybody real good now. And hello from a very, very wet Williamson, Georgia. It never stormed here this afternoon, but it's been raining for 2 hours. Just a light drizzle, which is very nice for what we needed out here. We needed a good soaking. We got about 40 minutes of rain yesterday, and then this today. So it's saving on my water bill anyway, because every time we turn that sprinkler on, it's 1,000 gallons goes out there. So anyway, we're glad for that. Looks like we'll have a good net. And Alan, again, thanks for being there, and hello to everyone. Back to you there. N4OZI, this is KA4AMI Williamson.
Okay, Eddie. KA4AMI, N4OZI. Your signal came up quite a bit as well, so that's a good sign. So the band is starting to lengthen out a little bit. So with that, we'll take a standby, see if we can pick up some more check-ins. Any other check-ins for the SAMRC Swap and Fellowship Prenet? Come now. Okay, Sam. DXQ, we got you in there. Any other check-ins? All right. We'll go back up to the top of the list before we pick up Greg. Let's pick up Sam since he's got his transmitter back on the air. KF4TXQ, Sam, give it a try and give us some comments. It's N4OZI. KF4TXQ, Sam, it's yours. Go ahead. Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead, Sam. Okay, I think Sam's still around a little bit of problem. Sam, we'll come back to you, tinker a little bit more with it, and we'll see if we can get you in there since you're at the top of the list. So we'll check back with you in a minute. Let's go down here and pick up Greg. Greg, how about your comments for the Prenet? N4OZI.
N4OZI, and this is WA4II. Well, it's been a good day today. The rain that my premises hadn't got here, and the thunderstorm hadn't got here either. And in fact, I don't think I've even heard any thunder. But there's a few crashes in the district, but nothing apparently to worry about. And so I've been mowing a little bit in the yard, cutting a little bit of grass, and I've got one low spot that grows real fast, and I guess cutting it twice a week's not bad at all. But don't really have anything, so back to the group. Info OZI, this is WA4II.
Okay, very good, Greg. WA4II, this is Info-OZI with you got a very strong signal coming in here to Woodstock, so it sounded very good tonight. Okay, let's go down to the bottom of our list and pick up Richard, and then after that we'll see if we can get some additional check-ins. W4 WFL, Richard, how about your comments for the pre-net? This is Info-OZI. W4 WFL, you're doing surprisingly good up here. Not too bad, considering the time of day. I was rather surprised. You got a fairly good copy on you, so we're doing all right. Let's have a little bit. All right, like we promised, let's do another standby for check-in. This is the SAMRC Swap and Fellowship Pre-Net. This is Info-OZI. We'll take a standby for any additional check-ins. Any check-ins, come now. Okay, not hearing any, so let's go back up to the top of the list again as we continue to work our way down again and see if we can pick up some check-ins here in a minute. Let's try Sam again and see if we can hear him. Sam, let's give it another shot. KF4TXQ, what about your comments for the pre-net? It's Info-OZI. I think he's going to make it, though. We'll let him tinker a little bit more and go back to Mac W4II. How about some additional comments for the pre-net? Info-OZI.
Okay, thanks. I'm kind of running out of things to say. I got to say one thing so after that, but you might relay for those that aren't copying me. The Milton Ham Fest in Pace, Florida, is July 26th and 27th. 27th is a Saturday, July 26th and 27th. I'll be down there visiting all my Florida friends. Really look forward to seeing them. Richard and Manuel, I won't name them all. I'm going to be staying with John VZS, so we'll have a good time. Going to see Manuel and his wife for lunch on Friday, so looking forward to that, and hope to see a lot of folks there. Back over to you, Alan, Info-OZI, W4EX.
Okay, man. W4EX and the pre-net, Info-OZI. Yeah, find on the Milton Ham Fest on July 26th and 27th. And the week before that, we'll be at the Waynesville Ham Fest. And I think a good bit of people are going to be there. A lot of people right now are going to be going up there. So it should be pretty nice. So we'll be looking forward to doing that, staying up at the Pitsky Inn. It's 5,000-foot elevation, so it should be nice and fun. Let's go to Dr. Ron for additional comments, and then we'll take a stand back to checking. Dr. Ron, how about some additional comments? W4GWA and Info-OZI.
Getting it up, so hopefully they'll be checking in here in just a minute or two. I mentioned that one of the things that I was working on and started working on is the restoration of another BC 348 that was in a pile of junk that Rusty gave me. And, the unfortunate thing about BC 348s is you rarely find one that hasn't been butchered up. So I'm in the process of completely tearing it down and bottom-up restoration on it because somebody's been in it and done all kind of weird and wonderful things. So if you're working on that BC 348, the H model, I've got an R and a J model for the both Christians, and I'm going to be working on this H model. Have fun with that, I guess. Over to you. And thanks for all your work on the WB4GWA.
Okay, Dr. Ron. WB4GWA in the pre-net. Inflows that I and find on the tape pack 348H. Well, what right? Second. Sounds pretty interesting. And yeah, I'd like to see your pristine one someday. That'd be real nice. That's something that I think I had one of those back when before I was even a ham. I think I had one of those. That's interesting. All right, let's take a standby as we promised. The SAMRC Swamp and Fellowship Freenet. Only got 5 minutes. Goes next time, so we'll take a standby for check-ins. Any check-ins come now. But no audio. Any check-ins? Try it again.
Relay, Alan.
Okay, go ahead.
I heard John K4VZS checking in there.
All right. And let's see. Any other check-ins? Carrier, but no audio, so whatever it is, it's got a very strong carrier, but just no audio coming through. Tinker on it a little bit, and we'll see if we can get you in there. Let's see. Since you got a good copy on John, or a copy on John, why don't you try to see if you can toss it to him for some comments, since he's probably a lot closer. WB4GWA, info OZI.
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you, Sam. Stand by just a second, Sam. K4VZS, your turn, John. Go ahead and make one from WB4GWA. Okay, Alan, he's on his 4-125 rig tonight, and he'll be listening in to the net, but he is copying me at least. I don't know who else is copying, but he's on his 4-125 rig tonight. Alan, go ahead.
WB4GWA inflows that I were quick at the relay. I had a fairly good copy on him, not great, but a fairly good copy on him, so he's doing pretty good for the 4-125 rig. Sam, let's get your comments for the freenet. KF4TXQ and 4OZI.
Okay, let's hope you can hear me. Finally got my spare set of 813s in here. Maybe it'll work. I'm not putting out a whole lot of power. I'm not going to rush it. I'm just going to count. Are you copying me all right, Alan? Over.
Yeah, QSL, I got a copy on you. Go ahead.
Okay, info OZI and the net KF4TXQ. And let's see, I probably could increase the drive and get a little bit better, but anyway, everything's being stable now, so I'm not going to push my luck. You know how it is. I've already discharged one of those.
Oh, well, we had you in there for a while, Sam. Let's see if we can put him back in there. Oh, well, we'll give it a shot at the top of the hour. But they were going pretty good there for about a minute there, Sam, and then you just dropped right out. Anyway, I appreciate everybody helping out with the pre-net and the relays. These conditions are really tough. especially in July with the static crashes, but the storms have moved on. It's not been too bad, so I was able to get most stuff. But to take out a call, I just couldn't pull it through, but appreciate the help. Couldn't do it without you guys. Not much else going on here. We'll just play on up to Stan. He's going to pick it up. And again, we got the Waynesville Ham Fest coming up on the 20th, so we'll hopefully see some of you guys up there. So here it comes, Stan, W4KR to take it. This is Info.
Good evening, Alan, and everybody else. N4OZI, this is W4KR, Walla, South Carolina. Copying everybody well. Even John down in Pensacola, you're cutting the mustard here this evening, so we should have pretty good net. Don't have a big number. I think we've got about 12 folks in, but that's a start. This is the beginnings of the Southeastern AM Radio Club Swap and Fellowship Net that takes place every Tuesday. Please stop that. That begins every Tuesday, and some nights are good and some nights are a little bit funny. Band conditions are a little funny. The static crashes are averaging about 15 over 9 here, but so far been able to copy everybody. Let's see. During the time of the net beginning right now, the call of the net control will be W4AMI, and we will be using that one as we go along. Just to do one quick announcement is, as Alan mentioned earlier, the Waynesville swap is coming up a week from Saturday on the 20th up at Waynesville, North Carolina. It's a great swap. It's not a giant one. It's no Huntsville, but it's pretty darn good. Before we begin with officer transmissions, I'll take a standby for any latecomers or any stations that would like to join. Come on in right now. This is W4AMI. Over. Okay, didn't hear anybody. So let's move on. Let's see here. Number one on the list, our club president, K4BKC, your transmission, W4AMI. Go ahead.
W4AMI. This is K4BKC. Good evening, Stan. Thank you and Alan for doing the pre-net and the net. You got a great signal into Columbia, Tennessee this evening. Always a pleasure to hear you. Miss Joan are doing well. Thanks everyone for taking time to stop by and participate in the net. I think everyone has done a good job in outlining the upcoming Hamfest. Waynesville and Milton and Huntsville coming up the 17th and 18th of August. And those are all great Hamfests. Want to continue to keep our folks that check in our thoughts and prayers that need it. KW4 TV, Manuel, and his daughter Amanda. Hope Manuel's improving with his back, and Amanda improving with her treatments. W4YL Susan, the XYL of W4CT Ben, and hope all these folks are doing well. It's been a good day here in Columbia. Been hot and not enough rain. We really need rain. Thanks again, everyone. Back to you, Stan. W4KR, K4BKC.
K4BKC W4AMI. Very good, Bob. Good signal. You're between 15 and 20 over. Bob, did you get a text message from me a few minutes ago?
If I did, I didn't hear it, Stan. I've got the receiver turned up so high. I'll check it out. Thank you. W4AMI, K4BKC.
Okay, very well. Okay, yeah, thanks, Bob. Next on the list is our club trustee and webmaster, WB4GWA. Ron, good evening, W4AMI.
Well, good evening, Sam. W4AMI, WB4GWA. You're sounding really good here. You're about 30 over here. And just really topping you well tonight. Good audio. It's just quiet in my room here when you come on. So, really good signal tonight. And good evening to everybody on the net. And I appreciate everybody checking in these conditions, that's for sure. And we had pretty strong storms here about 2 hours ago, and we've got light rain right now. So, the skies have been opening up lately and causing me to have to cut grass more than I want to. So I'll probably jump out there tomorrow morning real early and try to knock it down again. So back over to you, Stan. Nothing new to report here. Everything's copacetic. W4AMI from WB4GWA.
Okay, Ron. We supposedly are going to be getting that rain. It hasn't hit over here yet, so we don't have it. Ron, I was going to ask you a question before I turned it to you. Did you mentioned earlier that you had worked on the audio of the Globe King? Did you leave a couplets in there?
Oh no, I've taken those things out.
Okay, I wondered. Okay. You get a lot of mixed messages on that issue, I've noticed. Okay, next up is our club VP, and let's see if Sam's got it cooking again. KF4TXQ W4AMI. Okay, doesn't seem to have it, so we will move on down to our treasurer, Eddie, KA4AMI. Go ahead, Eddie.
Okay. W4AMI, this is KA4AMI. Well, good evening, Stan, and thank you and Alan for taking care of the festivities tonight, and hello to everyone else again. Well, it's still wet here in Williamson. It didn't dry out since my last transmission, and it's still sprinkling rain here. So that's a good thing. We got what we wanted. It did not storm here, so that was what I wanted, because my antenna came down. Oh, this is for Mac. Mac, I was going to check in on your 40-meter get together Saturday morning. That's two in a row I missed, and the reason for it was the antenna was down again. So got the antenna back up, and seems to have a very low SWR here on this frequency. And on 40, it's very usable, 1.4, 1.5, something like that. But anyway, we'll try again this Saturday. But we did lose our antenna again this week. Seems that that windstorm that came through the other day was just a little more than it could handle. So we got her back up now and back in business. And as far as club business, we got 2 contributions last week, and we got 2 bills. So the contributions just happened to take care of the bills. So we didn't lose any of our funds. So we're right where we were. Project here is I'm working on a LOG antenna, a loop on the ground. It's very noisy here, so I've been looking for solutions to help me with the noise. Now, there's not much you can do about what's going on tonight, but anyway, this is supposed to be the loop on the ground. It should change the noise floor in the signal that we're up signal to noise ratio. That's what I was trying to say. And I'm going to use that in conjunction, or try to use it in conjunction with the MFJ 1026. So it takes the two antennas, and you can mix them up, and you're supposed to have a real good signal to noise ratio and get rid of your noise. We'll see how that plays out. Anyway, I won't hold it too long. I know probably a lot of people can't hear me, but it's good to hear everyone. So we're on the Gates BC1G tonight, listening on a Collins 7504 with a Gates producer and a Howe. I guess they're classic mics now, since I don't know if he's in business, but anyway, the business may be still there. But Howe PR40 and in-port half-wave antenna. So that's the situation here. It is what it is. So back to you there, Stan. Good to hear you. Real strong signal down here. W4AMI. This is KA4AMI.
Okay, Eddie, K4AMI, W4AMI. I'm peaking about 1,200 watts tonight, so that's gadgets perking along pretty well here. You're about 15 over 9. Let's see, Ron, you were. Let me get down through the list here. Ron, you were about 20 over. Sam was an S7. Bob, you were between an S9 and 5 over, and Perry was plus 15, and Mac, we're going to find out in just a minute. He was 10 over 9 earlier, though. Okay, this is the Southeast AM Radio Club Swap and Fellowship Net. We'll take another standby for latecomers in about 5 minutes. In the meantime, the next station up is a pre-net control dude who does a super job, and glad to work with him. And 4OZI. Ron, go ahead. Sorry, Alan. Go ahead, Alan. W4.
Man, I'll answer to anything. It's in for OZI. And, not much going on. Finishing up with KWM2, although that's not going to be very last time we have. But it's a nice one, and got it recapped and got its little problem resolved, and it's just purring away over there. Really nice. Does a really good job. That is a nice rig. It's a late one, round emblem KWM2, and it just goes along. I like that thing. I got another transmitter in there I'm working on. Don't know if it's salvageable or not. HT37. Not exactly a premier rig, but it's been sitting around here forever. So I thought, what the heck? I'll just take a look at it. It is putting out RF, but it's just not putting out any audio, and it will do AM. So we'll hope we can get it going. We'll see. I'm not sure if it's I don't want to spend too much time on it, but we're kind of messing around with that. And looking forward to Waynesville. A lot of people I know and I talked to on the bands are going to be going up to Waynesville. So that'll be a lot of fun, and get to see some folks that I've known for many years up there. So it's going to be a good handful. I said, stay up there at the Pisgah Inn, about a 5,000-foot elevation, so that's nice. And my wife likes that place a lot. Good trip for her, good trip for me, so we should enjoy it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, we'll see a lot of people there. Not much else to report. Certainly enjoyed playing the pre-net, and thank you for playing my net. So W4AMI.
Okay, Alan. Yeah, getting to Waynesville from here isn't bad. Boy, I wish Huntsville was as close. HT37s on AM sound pretty good, actually. They can be handy on sideband sometime if you need a little bit of room on the edges and somebody's getting close. Boy, an HT37 would be helpful. Okay, next up is Mac W4AX. Go ahead, Mac W4AMI.
All right, W4AMI, W4AX. I want to be sure, Stan, we didn't forget Dr. Ron, but maybe I've talked to him so much that I just feel like he might have been forgotten. But anyway, thanks for running the net. And Eddie, I'm on the Gates BC1 Tango tonight. I was thinking about you and having yours on, and so I got it back on the air. I had to add a sequencer back into it and get it all sort of tuned up again. Another project I've been working on lately is a DX60 Bravo, mighty 50 watts low one, and Art N4JK gave me a bunch of modulator modifications, about, 15 or 20 parts, and a couple of different vacuum tubes in the modulator, speak amp and modulator section. So it's sounding pretty good. I'll get it on the air here one day, but I need to go back in and add a transmit-receive sequencer to it. Dr. Ron, I have a BC 348 parts rig. If you don't, and you come across the parts you need for the rig you're rebuilding, as always, please take pictures and send them along. Eddie, look forward to hearing you on 40 meters this Saturday. And John VZS copied you just fine, my friend. Back up to stand, W4AMI, W4AX.
Mac, who was it that you thought I skipped?
I thought you might have skipped Dr. Ron when you were doing the club officers, WB4GWA.
No, he came in right after Bob. He was the next one after Bob. Oh, we got him. We got him. Okay, let's see here. Number 7. Perry. Perry, how are you tonight? K4CWW, W4AMI, and then we'll do a standby.
Okay, thank you, sir. W4AMI, K4CWW. Well, it's good to be here, Stan. This is not a Tuesday night net, so we've got stuff going on. It seems like we had people coming over to do mechanical stuff or something every Tuesday afternoon late for about 2 months now. I am in Fayetteville tonight, and just looking, well, I don't know. I guess I'll just, I don't know what I'll do. I'm conflicted on what I want to comment on, so maybe I'll just say a good evening to everybody and try to think of something targeted the next time around. But, Skip has been funny. Earlier, during the pre-net, it was really wacky, and then when you came along, you're doing fine down here. I'm on the HD3233 tonight with the R4B Drake receiver, so I'm going to just sit back, just take it easy, and appreciate folks on the net remembering me. I've had some big absentee gaps here lately, so I appreciate your consideration and thinking about Susan and the other folks associated with the net. W4AMI, K4CWW, thank you.
Okay, Perry. K4CWW from W4AMI. Well, Alan and I are about 95 miles airline apart, and I guess a little longer. The skip is just a little bit longer. Yeah. But you're doing great. Your signal's good, and we're glad to have you with us tonight, Perry. Take care. We shall see you. Okay, let's take a standby and see if we have any other late-coming stations for the Southeastern AM Radio Club Swap and Fellowship Net. W4AMI listening.
Good evening, Stan. K4A2M.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, we heard K4HUM, and Sam says he's back. Anyone else? Okay, Greg, it's your transmission. Greg, you take it, and then we'll send it up to Sam. WA4III, W4AMI. Go ahead.
W4AMI in the net, just a WA4III. Well, let's see, on the pre-net, we were talking about them mercury vapor tubes, and I reckon my 866s are warmed up, but what I have done in the past on them when they bite the dust is put 3 B28s in their place. I like that better than I do solid state in them because you have to get the right projector or chauffeur or whatever and put in there to keep reducing motion. Let's see, Coleman Hamfest is Saturday. It's not a big one, and it's well, sometimes it's there's several people there, and then sometimes it's not. It won't ever be as big as Dalton, Georgia, I don't guess, but they're working on it anyway. I think it's going to be indoors this year. It was last year, and I think it will be again this year. It's at Coleman, Alabama. Information's on the ARRL's website under the what is Hamfest and Conventions or something like that. Anyhow, we'll get that rain that the weatherman promised us. I don't know. We're going to have to fire him and get us another one, I guess. And have us build a little grass and I guess maybe a lot of people think that I'm not really lazy, but I am. When it comes to doing stuff like that, I'm lazy. But everybody's sounding good, and I text Dr. John, and he said his message come back on over time. So I don't know where he's going or coming. But anyhow, everybody's sounding good, and thanks for picking me up. W4AMI, this is WA4III.
Okay, Greg. Good to hear you tonight. Thank you for joining us. 866s are doing their thing. They're chugging along. You know what's Greg? Something interesting here. Bob BKC mentioned before that he had 575s in his 20V2 and changed them. Went solid state on them, and I texted Bob and I asked him if he still had the 575s, and because I was looking for a set because that's what I'm using in the 20V3, and I don't mind him. I think I've had decent luck with him over the years. So I asked Bob if he still had them. If he wanted to get rid of them, I'd buy them. Well, he came back and told me no. He gave them to Andy. Well, Andy Howard. Well, turns out that's the pair that I have. I have here in the 20V3 now. So it's that particular set of tubes are moving around the circuit pretty well. Let's see here. Let's see where we are. Next up, Sam. Let's see if you've got it. Let's see if you've got it cooking there. KF4TXQ, and then John will follow. KF4TXQ W4AMI. Go ahead, Sam.
Okay, W4AMI, thanks a whole lot for picking up the net. I apologize, but you know how it is. Every once in a while you have a catastrophic failure, and I had two. The first catastrophic failure was my 813 that went out, and then I had another failure of my 12-volt power supply that powered my transceivers that I use an exciter. So there you go. So that's where we are. But anyway, we're back on again. So we're just going to rock along and do the best we can with what we got left. But thanks for picking it up. Stan, you're doing a good job. And Alan, you did a great job with the pre-net and so forth. Everybody have a good time and keep your powder dry. You never know what's going to happen. But I'll tell you right now, every once in a while you just have a series of things that go wrong. And the first thing was my 813 went out, and of course I don't know whether that took out my exciter and made it short out or what, but anyway, my breaker started breaking on my 12-volt power supply. So anyway, but I got all that squared away, and I got me some 813s back in here in the amplifier, and it's doing okay. So anyway, back to W4AMI. Thanks a lot for picking up the net, Stan. You're doing a good job. Diddly-da-di-da. Oh.
Oh, okay, Sam. Well, next week, you and Kevin are on board for next week. So keep it running until next Tuesday, Sam. Let's see here. Next up, glad to hear you. Glad you got it cooking. Thing sounds okay. Next up is Richard W4WFL. And let's see if we can copy out. Okay, let's give it a shot here, Richard. See how we're doing. W4WFL, W4AMI. Okay, Richard. W4WFL, W4AMI. Boy, you've come up quite a bit. You were about an S7, between S7 and S8 when you called in, and now you're about 10 over 9. So you're beating the static back in pretty good shape. I've got the noise blanker running on the receiver tonight, so it's knocking the static down pretty well. But anyway, good to hear you, and thank you for coming in. Okay, next up is VZS, and Ron, if he doesn't come back, give him a poke. K4VZS, W4AMI. Okay, John. Copied you solid. K4VZF, W4AMI. You're at S9 here in South Carolina, John. You're getting there tonight. Doing well. And take care. We shall see you next week. Okay, next is Lenny, K4HUM. Go ahead.
Good evening, Stan and the group. Storms and stuff. There's a little more rain, but we're getting enough to keep things going, and not too much. Anyway, I'm still working on a few things, still kind of backup radios and stuff, but we'll get some of the old AM Bill Viking 2 and such on here one of these days in the near future. Keep procrastinating, but we're trying to rearrange the area so I don't have to move it more than once. If that makes any sense, sure it does. Anyway, thank you, Stan. By the way, you're pushing 20 over. Almost everybody out here is well over S9 and into plus 10. So it's really a quiet night for me here at this location. Back to you, Stan. W4AMI.
Okay, Lenny. Good signal. Good signal. Glad to hear you tonight. Thanks for coming in. This is the Southeastern AM Radio Club Swap and Fellowship Net. Going to take a standby for any stations late arriving. Come on in right now. Okay, last call. Anybody else before we shut the net down? We're at the end of the list. W4AMI, over.
W4AMI, K4BKC. Could I make a comment before we close, Stan?
It is your turn, Mr. President. Go ahead.
Okay, W4AMI, K4BKC. Well, before we leave, I wanted to remind everyone about the website, W4AMI.org, W4AMI.org. And it's a beautiful website. Dr. Ron does an excellent job with it. And really appreciate that. And anyone listening, check on it. It's a great website. Back to you, Stan. Thanks again. W4AMI, K4BKC.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Ooh, I apologize. I usually mention the net, and I don't think I did way back at the beginning. Shame on me. But anyway, thank you, Bob. Thanks for bringing that up. Appreciate it. Okay, everybody, that's it for tonight. This is the Southeastern AM Radio Club Swap and Fellowship Net. Concluding the net at this time, next Tuesday, same time, 2300 GMT, and we'll see everybody then, if not before. Remember, the Mullets are on Thursday night, and Monday the Eagle Group is on the frequency here also. Take care and good night. This is W4KR.